What a beautiful day for a Ricky hit. And they'll be facing the boss from...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, introducing from Manchester...
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, you know when you've got two fighters there that really believe they're going to win, really want to get it on, this is when it gets stupid.
So here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? These punches coming from every angle. Perfect counter shot. They better start respecting each other's punching power. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
That counter shot lands. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When you watch lightweight, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. Back and forth they go. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Time they drop their guard, they get caught. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no... And there's the bell for round two. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You fight the swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Just misses with that uppercut. A perfect counter lands. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. These two fighters are made for one another. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. And there's the bell for round 3. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. Catch and shoot. They both want the knockout. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
Well, if this trainer has a pep talk, now's the time to use it as they were dropped twice in the last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the...
Here we go to the 4th round. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Beautiful counter shot. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
The hitman, Ricky Hatton, goes to the canvas. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your ball.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? They blocked the left there. Final 10 seconds here. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I need to see...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
Beaten, bruised. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
It's bombs away. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Hold it right there. Ricky Hatton has been clipped. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace, get the pace back to normal.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Do you believe this? Punch is beginning to take its toll. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? There's the bell to start round 6. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They're both trying for a knockout. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
I've seen some impressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Shot from the gods, they...
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power.